Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Outschool Live, where we are talking about subjects that will inspire you and your family on their educational journey. I'm Fernando, community guy. If you're not familiar with Outschool, we have over 140,000 different classes, small group classes, and one-on-one tutoring for learners in any kind of subject that you can imagine, from math to Minecraft to give me an meditation. Yeah, all those definitely. Feel free to try to stump us in the chat. But today we are talking to an amazing learner, a teenager who's now a teenager that I met probably like 3 years ago, who is not only an accomplished individual with the awards that they won and leadership opportunities that they have created for themselves, but really an awesome person that I'm excited to introduce to you for their take on what keeps teens inspired. Welcome to the stage, Jolee. Round of applause. Dun, 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 dun. Jolee, I'm super, super excited to talk with you and chat with you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. All right, we're talking about what keeps teens inspired. And I'm thinking we probably have a lot of parents and educators who are interested in getting to, get in the mindset of a teenager. So please, if you have a teenager or work with teens, please pop that into the comment. Even if you have any questions already for teens, feel free to pop that into the comments. But Jolee, I haven't seen you in a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So like we met like 3 years ago, back when we were playing Bandits and Guardians in the breakout rooms.
Yes, that was so fun. Like those memories, like I love them. Like, it was so fun back then. Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of context. I met Jolee when I was pretty much new at Outschool, and we were trying to figure out, okay, what is this thing called learner community? What are we going to do with learners to create a fun way for just to make Outschool our community? So that's how I met Jolee. And Jolee, what are you doing now? Like, what is your life like now?
I'm doing a lot with piano, and I have a homeschool co-op that I go to, and I'm also doing a lot with the Outschool Multimedia Club. So, those things, yeah.
Wait, you're homeschooling? I thought you went to like a combined school.
No, I've been homeschooled. Yeah.
You've always been homeschooled.
Yes.
Oh, oh, that makes sense now. Oh, cool. I guess, or maybe it was your co-op.
Mm-hmm. You probably know that. Yeah.
What did you call it?
Yeah, it's a co-op, and we meet once a week, and it's really fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, excellent. All right, so you're super involved in piano. I know because I've seen your talent. Anytime we had the talent show, you share a piano piece, which is amazing. Oh, look at that. I got a new camera. It does some fun things. I'll show them to you later. But piano, you also are a leader in your community.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about some of the leadership opportunities that you developed for yourself?
I have done a lot of with Multimedia Club. I also do a lot of volunteer service projects too in my community, and I really enjoy serving my community and also taking on different leadership opportunities. And I feel like Outschool has definitely helped me with my leadership opportunities.
What kind of leadership opportunities? Like name drop, be like, yeah, I'm part of this.
Mainly right now, I'm just in Multimedia Club, but I feel like that is really cool because we get to do a lot with different events for Outschool and the learner community, and I think it's really fun. So
absolutely. Now you've won piano awards.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
right?
I have. I participated in Blast, which was through my church, but it was for all of Ohio and part of Kentucky and West Virginia. And I participated in the piano solo division. So I won the middle school piano solo division. And I also have done the National Federation of Music Clubs. And through that, I have won unanimous superiors for a couple years now.
Nice. See, that's what I was going for. I was like, give me the name drop.
Yeah.
And then I also have listed the Gold President's Volunteer Service Award winner. What is
Yeah.
that?
So I have done a lot of service opportunities like in my community, and so as part of that, I have had a lot of service hours, and so I was able to win that award. And I actually was able to be made aware of it through my American Heritage Girls troop. So that was interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. So, all right. So you're super involved. And in my experience, whenever I've worked with you, um, you're consistently like delivering what is asked for and beyond. Would you say
Yeah.
that's a fair assessment?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so anytime your name comes up, or it's like, we know it's gonna be good. So my question for you that I think parents would be interested in is what do you think has cultivated that spirit, that drive that you have of like, I'm not only gonna do the job that I think needs to be done, I'm gonna do it better than I think it could have been done. Like, what do you think inspires you to
Probably
do that?
just that I enjoy what I'm doing. Like I actually like love what I do, especially like in Outschool and other places too. When I like something, I want to do my best in it. I'm like very like goal oriented and like I like to push myself. And so I feel like if I can go above and beyond, like that's good for me. But I definitely if I enjoy what I do, then I'm like I want to do it more. So I think that's part of it.
Oh, okay. Are there things What are the things you enjoy doing, and what are the things you don't enjoy doing?
I enjoy working with people, like getting to like make connections with people and getting to see like the difference I can make in their lives. I feel like I like that, and I also like working with children too. I think it's like really fun, especially like I've done a lot of like with preschoolers and like different vacation Bible schools and things. So I think it's just really fun to like see the difference that I can make in their lives too.
That makes sense too, because the way people watching may not understand this, but Jolee gets to work with our teen multimedia club, and what they do is they create work to create content and experiences for the rest of the learner community. So it's a leadership role. It's called the multimedia club, but it's a leadership role where they get to I don't know, how would you describe it? It's almost like you get to model how kids can play together.
Kind of, yeah, and we get to make like fun things for them to do too. Like it's really neat. Like I don't think there's many places where you can do anything like the multimedia club, and it's like you're constantly like learning new skills and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's like a camp counselor almost,
Yeah.
like, but a virtual.
Yeah.
We're working virtually with other kids. So, camp counselors might do silly skits or things and games to get kids to do things as part of the camp. And Jolee is, I guess, one of our like sort of camp counselors.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
more like role models for them. It's fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. And on that note, I do want to take the opportunity to thank you for being an amazing role model for learner community. It's really been awesome to have you.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It's really an inspiring seeing you here and seeing and being able to talk to you about all the work that you've done is really inspiring. And I'm really glad that I've been able to do this work and meet you. All right, let's go. Let's see. What are my list of questions? I'll go back to my list of questions. Feel free if you have any questions for me, throw it out. What do you think? All right, so you're saying that you're very motivated for things that you love, right?
Mhm.
How do you think? Where does like the learning come in? Like, how do you? So, would you say you love piano?
Yes.
Okay, so that's awesome because you're super good at it. And I think there are probably teens who can get really good at something like piano, but maybe they don't love it. Maybe they're doing it because their parents want them to. How does that relate to how you learn? Like, that seems like too broad of a question. Let me see if I rephrase that. Yeah, how do you learn? How have you picked up the concepts of learning like piano or maybe another topic that you learned in leadership? Like what is your process for learning?
That's really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a really hard question.
I don't know.
How do I?
What would I answer to that? I'm a visual learner and a tactile learner. I want to see things and I want to touch things and I want to experience them.
I get that. Yeah, I like seeing things because like sometimes if I hear things, it's like I don't comprehend it completely, but if I can like see it and visualize it, that helps me a lot. And I feel like with homeschool, my mom has been able to like tailor a lot to me, which has been really helpful. So just like getting to experience things too. I feel like you can grow a lot from experiencing things in real life than more reading in like a textbook. I mean, I feel like you have to have a balance, but I think it's definitely helpful to like, yeah.
Do you see a difference between teens that you meet through homeschooling versus teens who are in brick and mortar schools or in a
I,
traditional
I
day
feel
school?
like, yeah, I feel like homeschooled students a lot of times have a lot more like diversity in their subjects. Like they learn a lot of different things. Um, so I think that it's like, and it's more tailored to them. So they might learn more to like, and it adapts more to them. So I think that it's like more helpful to be homeschooled. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased because I homeschool my kids as well, and I don't want to say I, but as a parent, I work to homeschool our kids, and I get to meet a lot of homeschool families. But I do feel like the homeschool teens that I get to meet have really in-depth knowledge in a wide range of studies.
Yeah, definitely.
Miss Anna's asking, how can I sign up my child for multimedia group? That's a good question. I will have to bring a link to the multimedia group into this conversation thread. Thank you, Miss Anna. Yeah, so a lot of learners with a wide range of studies. Have you found a type of like an educator or mentor that works for your style of learning? Or like what do you look for when you're looking for an educator or a mentor?
I feel like for a mentor, I look for someone who like leads by example, but also lets like you lead also, um, and someone who listens to you and also helps guide you, like gives you like things to do, but also guides you along the way and like kind of shows you how, and but you can still like do it yourself. Like you can actually like get in and do it, and then like that way you can learn more and like experience it. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds sort of like that sounds like Drea to me.
It does, yeah. That's what I was thinking of, Drea.
Yeah. So for those watching, Drea is an educator on the Outschool platform, but also works with the learner community and creates the learner community experiences and runs the Teen Multimedia Club. We have a question from, yeah, I know, right? Let's see. What do you do when you have a seemingly endless list of interests that cannot be narrowed down? Oh.
I feel like you need to like do things with all of your interests. Like see how you can incorporate them into something. Cause like you don't want to like drop one of your interests. If you're interested in it, you're interested in it, right? So if you can like find ways to not merge, but like use your interests in something, like then do it, right?
Sort of like let them overlap.
Yeah. Yeah. Find different like ways to use a bunch of your interests.
Ooh, I like that. I'm just reading a book on acceptance, radical acceptance. And I think that resonates with, just accept that you have a lot of interests. And if you can accept that, maybe there's a path forward where they might overlap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like that was a very homeschool answer from you. Because do you find that you have a lot more time because I feel like in watching my little ones, I see them and they have a lot more time where they can, all right, if they're curious in this, they can go on it because we got all day. There's no
Yeah, I do have a lot of time, but I also fill my time because I'm in a lot of different activities. So I do fill my time, and I do have a lot like to do and on top of schoolwork. But I think it's good because I do have more time than a lot of like brick and mortar schoolers. So yeah.
Does it ever get like stressful?
A little bit sometimes, yeah. But I try to balance it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I too, like, I get really excited by doing lots of things,
Mhm.
but then sometimes after I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, why do I not feel good? It's like I've just been doing too many things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm learning at least. um, I had a question too, and also if anybody has any questions for Jolee, feel free to pop them in there, and we can ask. What kind of things do you see? All right, I'm gonna ask two questions. I'm gonna ask like, what kind of things do you see for your future, and then what kind of things do you see for in the future of learning?
Okay,
Those are
this is
very big
hard.
questions.
For
Yeah.
myself and my future, I feel like I'm going to definitely want like a career where I get to be with people, like interacting with people. But I also am thinking about like doing something with music, so like tying those two together. I think that would be like really fun to do something in music, especially with piano. I would love to do that as like my future. And in the future of education, I feel like hopefully there will be more opportunities for kids to do more like the multimedia club and like have leadership opportunities and be able to learn like that from like actually hands-on experiences and learn from more mentors and people that really care about students. So more things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited that you're bringing that up because I guess the question behind my question, or the context behind my question, is that you, I think, are on like the edge of this like new wave of education style, like kids learning online, kids learning together, kids learning in a community
Mm-hmm.
together. These are things that education professionals, I think, are trying to catch up with,
Yeah.
and you are on that front line. How do you think that's going to shape the way your generation work together in the
I feel
future
like
or now?
with like teamwork and like community, and I think teamwork's really important because you're going to use that in your career, and I hope that like there will be more of that, like the community aspect of things. So I think it'll make a difference if we have more of that.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime I hear the word community, I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But and from my perspective, I see, yeah, that community aspect, the collaboration that you are doing, even the multimedia club of, kids are creating songs, or teens are creating songs, remotely and piecing them together. You made a movie with Alita and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting
Lily.
Leslie Lily. Oh man. And you made a collaborative movie using Minecraft for the film festival. So all the amazing ways that you're collaborating.
Yeah.
Um,
That was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of teamwork, especially in the Multimedia Club. There's so many pieces that go into any project we do. And it's like there's a lot of teamwork in it. And I think we're moving more into like bigger projects because we're starting to figure out like who can do what and like piecing it all together. So it's really fun to see that and like be able to be a part of that. So
oh, it's fascinating. Another thing I see that I'm really excited about is just the level of cultural awareness that the kids in the learner community and the teens share. Do you think that's a fair observation, that your level of, I guess, cultural awareness and empathy for people from different backgrounds?
yeah, I think so because everyone's in a different place in the world. Like there are people from all over the world in there, and everyone's kind of I think like they're all getting along and like they're building friendships and with people who don't share their same like backgrounds and stuff. It's really neat. And I've met a lot of people from around the world like that are completely different from me, but it's like it's really cool to like get to meet them and get to know them and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and also have like very different like very different views on big topics. I think, you know, from politics to religion, you know, to family values. Like we have people coming together who are on opposite or are different all sides of the spectrum, but still working together. Do you
Yeah.
agree there?
Yeah, it's really cool to see that happen. And yeah, like people from all different places are coming together and it's really neat.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's see. Here's this is a spicy question, potentially spicy, but also a challenging question, I think. Are there any ways that you think that education could be better for teens or just in general? Like how could I guess how could the adults around you serve you better in your education, whether it's Outschool or adults or educators in general?
As a homeschool student, that's hard because I feel like a lot of it is tailored toward me. But I feel like just having more opportunities to like do different like cool things and like more opportunities to lead and give teens more opportunities to kind of ease them into the real world. Because you go from high school to like college, like straight in, like you need something that kind of like bridges that and like gives you ways to experience that before you have to like jump in completely and experience that. So yeah.
Oh man, I was better even than if I scripted that answer. Yes, good work, Jolee.
You.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, you're totally right. Well, I'm super excited because I feel like that's what we've been trying to do,
Mhm.
like even in learner community. But I think also I see educators doing that through Outschool and the platform. Like, you know, how do we give, you know, how do we let them lead their own learning experience? And I think you're exactly right of finding those opportunities and finding those mentors where we can give teens that space to, you say, sort of experiment
Mhm.
with leadership.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling very excited. Yeah, I don't know if you have any questions for Jolee, feel free to pop them in. Jolee, do you have any questions for me? Just wanted to throw that out there. Don't feel pressured to have a question.
How do you hold on, let me think about this for a second. um how do you feel like education now is different from when you were in like school?
Oh man, that is such a good question. I went to you know, up to 9 years old, I went to like a regular day school, public school. And um, you know, it was very structured of just like this is what you do. So I didn't have an option of what to learn, if that
Mhm.
makes sense, within my school day. Um, I went to a boarding school when I was in 5th grade to 8th grade, and it was a choir school. And so doing what I loved was music, but that was very structured too. And like, this is how you're going to do what you love. So to me, I didn't realize that there was so much learning opportunity outside of the
Mhm.
classroom in school, because I was like, look, I'm at school, I'm learning. This is how I learn. Like, yeah. And I got all the good grades and did all the things and tried to get their certificates. But I don't think, you know, when I'm meeting with teens like you and seeing my kids learn, I don't think I really was able to explore all learning everywhere to the extent of my imagination and curiosity.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do get to I admire where you're at your learning journey. And I'm glad that we could create some learning, like some leadership opportunities, and hope we can do more of that. Okay, question from IG. How can I support my elementary age child who might not be getting enough of his interests in public school? Ooh, that might be a question for both of us. Jolie, you got an idea for a question there, or for that, an answer for that question?
I feel like definitely Outschool has a lot of opportunities for like varying interests. Like we have like a ton of classes on Outschool, so definitely looking into that.
Did you take any interest-based classes when you were younger?
I have taken lots of acting classes on Outschool, like Shakespeare. I did it with Drea. That was fun.
Right.
Yeah. And I took singing classes. I've taken all kinds, and debate. Those were fun. I love debating, so that was really fun to do.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was back when we were doing the presidents in the election.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see if I can go dig up those recordings. I don't think they're around anymore. Remember when we voted?
I remember that. That was really good. That was fun. Those were fun times.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, yes.
If you find them, send them to me. I would love to see them.
They might be in your transcript. All right, we'll race. Oh my goodness. Well, I could probably talk to you forever, but we are coming up at time. And I do want to thank you for your time. Thank you very much for giving us a little more insight into the amazing teams that we have at Outschool.
Thank you for this opportunity for me to be able to share that. Yeah, it's been like really fun.
Awesome. Jolie, before we head on out, is there anything else that I didn't talk about that you would like to talk about or like to share, or anything like to say before we head on our way?
I don't think so. I think you covered everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Jolie, for your inspiration. And we look forward to seeing everybody next week. We'll be talking with Dr. Kai Cafferly on the value of the social sciences. And we'll get to hopefully see some clips from some of his philosophy classes of teens. So thank you, Jolie, for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.